Welcome back, WeArEuS, and this is Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Now, we are not in the same place where we left off last episode. That is because I, quite unfortunately, did not realize that we had cleared the entire dungeon. Oops. Apparently, I had the last fight that we did before I decided to stop for the sake of my safety and sanity and to keep the video short, which, let's be honest, ultimately failed because I had to split it up into two separate videos. So, I did manage, I did check and make sure that the place was completely cleared. It was. Everything that was in there was dead by my hand. Just how I like it, frankly. But unfortunately, that meant I sort of gypped you guys on being able to see what there was to be found in that area. Why is everything down here? So weird. So weird. Okay, so the thing we did, we went ahead and took care of. I don't even need this since he already has the goddamn thing. So, what was past the area where we stopped, which I hadn't realized was the final area, was a weapon. And not just a good weapon, not just a decent weapon, but an actually, honest to goodness, pretty darn good weapon. The only question is, where the frick did I put it? Because I don't remember what the weapon was. So the question becomes, who got it? He still has ward, so that's fine. Ah, Seela, naturally. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the voice of Hollow. Whenever the wielder of this +2 mithril heavy mace confirms a critical hit with it, a loud sound is produced. All enemies in a 30-foot cone except the target have to pass a will saving throw with a difficulty class of 16, or be affected with the Voices of Hollow effect for 1 to 4 rounds. And the Voices of Hollow effect is every turn the target is randomly affected with one of the following. A 50% chance they behave normally but suffer 2 to 12 sonic damage. Or a 50% chance they attack the nearest creature. So it's basically a confuse. And if they don't act according to confusion, they suffer a decent amount of damage, so long as they are vulnerable to sonic damage. It also doesn't hurt that it has a pretty good amount of damage. Pretty good. Yeah. I would have liked to get this one on Woljif, but I'm trying to keep light weapons in both of his hands. I would love to use blocker more often, but it's not really a good option. Anyway, this will also be good if we run into any more swarms, which I am hoping against hope that we never see any more of. Now, the reason why we are actually in camp rather than somewhere else is because our good buddy Wilser Garms has something to tell us. Wilser, if you please. And the quartermaster flashes you his usual grin, but it fades almost immediately. What a march, eh, Commander? I won't forget it, not in a million years. I can't stop shaking whenever I think about the leper's smile. We lost too many good men. Spirits are lower in the camp. Some soldiers can't shake off the horrors they've seen. Others Others are mourning their friends. What if we held a wake, lit up the bonfires, poured some wine, raised our cups in memory of the fallen? It'd do the troops a world of good. We'll commemorate the fallen, give the soldiers some wine, but not enough for them to get smashed. Never, Commander. Everything will be proper, solemn, and with due respect for the fallen. We're mourning the dead, not celebrating a wedding. And that's about it. I'm hoping that'll help recover some of our morale, which we lost a significant amount of because I wanted all of the items. And I got them. At least I think. I really didn't want to go through that place because fighting swarms is AIDS. I don't use that lightly. Fighting swarms, especially demon swarms, a special kind of AIDS. Also, another thing I noticed, when I talk to Helor, I can no longer reset any of my characters, like at all. That should still be an option. I don't know why it's not here anymore. Even if I don't have any more free uses, of which I should still have 2, I think. Anyway, no, I should definitely still have 2 more because I only reset Sela. I tested a respec for Morrow, but it just wasn't as good as I was hoping. Anyway, I don't know why the option's not here anymore. Anyway, I spoke to everyone else that I thought would have something to say about it, just to see if they would. And no one else seems to, not even the Queen, who's currently pretending to be the normal, average, everyday knight train, has anything to say about the decisions and things that happened at the Leper's Smile. Thus, we have to move on because the guy's video I want to watch has just moved on to the companion quest for Nenio, and I figure, why the frick not?
Godspeed.
So, as you can see here, we have Nenio on our team at the expense of Ember's position. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what I wanted her to do and how, and I no longer remember what I did. So I think I'm not sure. I don't know if I went and fixed her skill bar, so well, I'm going to have to wait and see. Okay, so first things first, we have to head to the Nameless Ruins. Let's quick save, and we can go there through here. As you can see, morale is low, but we've got the green flags. It's only down to -24 for now, but anyway, we've defeated a good number of demons, so we should have a significant amount of what is this? Whatever that green flag effect is. Now, really quickly, let me check her bar, make sure everything. Oh yeah, we definitely arranged the absolute frick out of this. Good. So, let's make sure we have her positions all set. Yeah, everything's looking quite nice. She slipped right into Amber's spot in our formation. This is what I wanted.
Future awaits us.
Can't ride Woljif or Morrow. Good to know. No, surely she wouldn't be able to ride Morrow. Morrow can transform into a wolf, which doesn't really do anything for us right now, but could be useful later. once he has the ability to cast spells in wild transforms. Anyway, I'm getting distracted, thinking too far ahead about what comes later. But I need to be focused on the now. Also, in the other guy's video, the one who I'm watching, who's doing a playthrough of this game as well, it's weird. He had so much trouble with the puzzle that is apparently part of Nenio's companion quest. It seemed easy to me, or like it basically solved itself. I don't know.
Yet another obstacle.
Ghoul Huntmaster. And they came...
Hold on, just a little more.
Really? That's really how you want to start this off. They just run at our faces and get off damage for free. I don't like that. So, that's one down, and there are still two more back there. Okay. First, let's check their... Oh. Yeah, that's not good. They're undead, though.
Out of my sight.
Ooh, yeah. I would have rather these guys did not get close to us. Okay. You won't even be able to do it this turn, which is a waste.
I shall not falter.
Okay, this is much more awful than I thought it would be. And while I would love to go over what I've decided to set Nenio up to do, that's just not going to be in the cards for us today. Or at least right now. These things have to go. I could cast invisibility on...
Cover me, alright? Die already?
I really shouldn't have moved Morrow up.
The inhabitants, guide my blade!
Forgive me for this failure.
Oh, that is really not good. Okay, so first things first. This has to go.
Crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay, I don't like this at all. You're low rolling the damage there a bit, aren't you, Dayran?
Stab you or zap you. On that bow.
So Woljif is paralyzed. I have to check Dayran's list to see if he has the ability to remove it. can't risk healing Morrow, who will then get focused and, well, flat out killed.
Into the fray!
Well, the biggest threats are the ones on the front.
You won't survive me.
God, they have so much health. Let's remove fear. Remove paralysis. Oh, good. I removed the paralysis of the man lying on the floor. Excellent turn, by the way. I also have to be really careful not to hit Morrow. I see a fourth one outlined here. Where did Morrow fall? Oh, he's paralyzed, so he's still standing. Good. Makes him easier to see. Perfect. Of course they survive. How about this guy doesn't get his next turn?
No glory without risk!
Good God.
Endure this.
I still can't run the risk of healing anyone, which is great. Right, I forgot about her ability to use haste. Screw it. One more for the Gibber. And of course... Of course. I don't understand why Woljif is still... well, both of them are on it, so I guess there's that. Oh, you're still here. Yeah.
Guide my blade!
Good God, Seela, come on.
Make every strike count.
Oh, he fell finally. What absolute luck. Now get up and do something. Unless Nenio cleanses the world again. Nope. Not this time, at least.
Distract them for me.
Into the fray!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay. Well, that was an experience. So, first things first. Oh, great. Yep, totally worth it. Okay. I think this is fine, right?
Hey ho, the dairy-o with his cheeks aflame and his trues down low. Ugh, I can't get that tune out of my head. Damn tavern songs.
Okay. Let's hope that is the last time. Let's hope that's the last time anything like that happens. First, Seela must get there. I really do have to take into consideration getting Seela off of the horse. And using them separately. It's not a great idea. But I should at least consider it. And all of that, well, we'll just write it off as being for the XP.
Watch and learn.
Why is Mr. Ed bugged now?
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Oh. Oh, this is where we are now. I hate this place. So they can't be prone because they're effectively flying, even though they're apparently on the ground. They take damage reduction. They reduce damage from everything except for magic. And while they don't have a whole lot of HP, they're really, really obnoxious. But their armor class is pretty low. And there are only 3 of them this time, I think. I don't want to waste a whole lot of her spells on these guys, but magic is going to be the most effective thing against them. Might as well make it good then. Who do we see? Okay. Since these three are still in stealth, which one do we want to focus? They all have the same amount of HP, so there's no weak link to go after specifically. Their stats all seem to be the same, so the one targeting Morrow is now dead.
Time to share your treasures!
They low rolled their saving throws. Very good. Oh. Oh, this is most unfortunate. The obvious choice. Oh, great. Thank goodness they all like Morrow. I have no idea. Suppose we could get this to work. Oh, Archon's Aura, that's what that is. Why not? Land can take care of this one, or Wojif. Whoops. No one's hurt yet. So, may as well give himself the good touch. I'm just glad they're all ignoring Dayran, so that the aura can continue. Thought I saw a good number of hits in there. Oh, that's one more mirror image down. Interesting.
Stabby or zappy? Why not both?
Well, I've got nothing else, so we'll just wait. Well, Mr. Ed did take some damage, so... Well, that sucked as much as I expected it. Ooh. Okay, so let's go back. I can only assume there are nothing but more ambushes awaiting us. Wherever we go, that is.
Watch and learn.
I think I hear something off to this side.
We march ahead.
What are we looking at? Ghoul creepers. Pretty low armor class. They're also only level 5. But I don't know how many of them there are. I really need to move the stop action to some other button. Anyway, how do we begin? We just send Sela in, or what are they capable of first? Okay, they like melee combat, sneak attacks. Oh, paralysis, right. That business. The question becomes, how many of them are there? We need land up here.
I'm all ears.
That's how we start this off. There are 4 that we can see. They're all ghoul creepers. We can't kill them with a single attack because they just have too much health.
Defeat is not an option.
3 more health on that one. The Archon's aura is still active, so let's move him up so they'll be affected by it. See, the actual range of this is not being indicated. Let's get a little bit of pre-crowd control in here. On the same spot. Now they have to make 2 different checks just to get to us. They all saved. That's cute.
The light will take you.
One down. Who could make use of dexterity? Woljiv. I also got some wisdom. No, I don't think I have anything for wisdom for land. Got some strength for Sela. Let's give that to Mr. A. They really want land, so let's give them nothing. That's 2 checks, buddy, not just 1.
You won't survive me.
Okay, good. I need to see how much damage this does to allies. God dang it, man. Come on. Okay. Yeah, he can move through her, but instead... So from his position, it just barely touches this guy and misses their, let's say, hitboxes.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Do not hold back.
Okay. Good one job. Oh, right, they didn't know he was there.
This.
Into the fray.
Don't mind me.
I'm going to go ahead and pause time. That way we get to keep their buffs as long as possible. WeArEuS wasn't the only one
I
that
stand
cast it.
ready.
Now let's see what they were doing in here.
Our path leads on.
Well, at least they're taken care of. We didn't get anything really worth the effort, but we don't have to worry about them coming up behind us
I
now.
will guide us.
Oh.
Escaping from sight.
Oh, this is bad. What the frick? Plagued Smilodon. That thing was... Oh, please tell me that's the only one. Okay, we've stopped their movement.
We will win this war.
I'm here.
We're absolutely going to buff them out the wazoo. Now we should do the buffs first.
Anything new?
It's plagued, so it's undead. Which should help a little bit.
I welcome your company.
Oh, that's what we should do.
You are my favorite aid.
Okay, that's coming down the
The world's not
pipeline.
ending just
We've
yet.
got Bless on everyone already. I'm going to save Prayer until we're deep in combat. Bark Skin for Mr. Ed.
I will help where I can.
Dang it. Needs slashing damage, but whatever.
Our time has come.
Okay, this for WeArEuS. What else? If I lure them in with Entangle or the spiked ones. Those are piercing damage, so it might be resisted, or it might just outright resist them with reflex saving throws. Guess we can start with this.
Easy.
Who, me?
We need more grease.
Together we stand.
The more times they have to roll just to avoid ending up falling down in the grease, the more likely it is that they're going to, well, fail and end up face down in the grease and vulnerable. Not helpless, unfortunately, but, well, what can you do? I don't know why it doesn't count as helpless, but it doesn't. Else do?
The pleasantries.
Yeah, we'll give that to Mr. Ed as well. As a matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, I should move this to here. Then do that to give everyone that extra. Wait, he didn't give the thing to Mr. Ed. And then, unless he did. Anyway, we don't need alignment-based damage.
Ask nicely.
I don't want to use that. I don't think I need them right now.
The waiting is never fun.
Okay.
Let us not hesitate.
I think we're good to go. How far up does he need to move to cast this? I don't want him in the grease.
That is quite a discovery.
That is quite a problem. So there are ghouls in here like I expected. They're all going to be looking at Morrow. Hopefully they don't get to him before he runs out of... before he runs out of illusions. We can do this to make things a little more favorable. I want to see this, but I technically won't be able to because of, well, that's sort of where we are now. I think we just wait. we have anything else we can cast in the meantime? I'm not taking any chances with this. This guy is 86 at level 8. Oh, that's bad. Much worse than I was expecting. Since he's not aware of land, land will have to move up to hit him, though. We have to retreat and pull them to us. This won't work otherwise. God dang it. Freaking great. I'll leave her here for now. Like I said, I want to start pulling people out. I get it, you hate the landman. Let's make sure. Now he's stuck. How far up does he have to move? That is pretty far. Okay, that's one of the hunt masters down. Can he provide any support? He does have guidance. Let's see, Nenio could use another heal, but I think Lance should get it.
Make every strike count.
Nice. Ooh. So, yeah, I forgot about the part where haste gives everyone an extra attack on their turn. Yeah, that's pretty good. It was a risk, but worth it. It dealt 25 freaking damage. And he's down. Does anyone else need a heal? Unfortunately, the haste wore off.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Wait, did he get hit twice? How did... No, there's another one? No, that doesn't make any sense. How did she deal 16 damage to this? It doesn't make sense. She dealt 28 to the Plague Smilodon, as planned. Then, she dealt 11 damage to the Ghoul Stalker, who then died. And then ate another 5 damage? What? There has to be one I can't see. Okay, so that's what I was missing. When I use Call Lightning, that ends up being a full round effect or cast. I can then use Call Lightning that ends up just being a standard turn cast. And it'll last for as many rounds as this goes. So each time I use it, its duration is 1 minute per level, right? Right now I think he's at level 7, so, or it's probably 6, given that it's probably based on his class. Oh, it says level, so it's probably 7. So let's assume it's 7 minutes. Now that he's cast it, he cast it on the Ghoul Stalker that's now dead. Now that he's used it, it's allowed him to use this. I need to actually find somewhere to put this. This shouldn't be here anyway. Okay, now. This can be used as many times as there are minutes left for the effect of the cast that made this available. So I can use this, if I'm right, 7 times. Otherwise it's just 6. Somehow the enemy lying on its side, which technically should be helpless, managed a reflex save. Whose turn is next?
You won't survive me.
Okay. Time
I
to
will
start
see this
dismissing
through.
this stuff.
Something wrong?
When is it? And then Nenio also cast
Do you require my unbiased opinion?
Obsidian Ground. Right? That's the name of it. Obsidian Flow, my mistake. And that was her only contribution, aside from the rather fascinating bounces of her, what is it, flaming, nope, burning arc.
I stand ready.
There should be. What are you doing? Get in here and get rid of these spider webs right now, young man. Okay, so first things first, we go after this one.
Pretty good, aren't I? Fine.
And we go after this.
This is my kind of work.
Okay. I don't know why this requires a will difficulty check or a difficulty class of 19. It's a little it's a little weird. So I'm assuming something's going to pop out or something, so I'm just not going to interact with that right now. Instead, we loot Goblin. Ooh.
This is my kind of work.
Okay, that's junk. I'll take that. Cloak, a crown, and midnight suit. Right. Also, before I forget, the feathers that are on these, the feather icon on things like this, that just says you can learn this. So you'll see it here as well on spells like this. If your character can learn spells that you have scrolls to. So that's what that means. Last episode, I think it was last episode. Last episode, I was worried about the curse Pilaf because, well, it says curse. And I didn't want to run the risk of ending up cursed, so I decided not to interact with it. But it's perfectly safe. It's just another food item. As I suspected, but I preferred to play it safe. Now, I wanted... Morrow can't... No, hold on. Yeah, Morrow can't learn spells like the others, like Nenio and Woljif here. Which is unfortunate, because it might actually help make him... Well, it's not like he's unuseful or useless. Wait, we did pick up some stuff. It's not like he's useless, he's just not as useful. Cloak of Cleansing. This Cloak of Resistance +2 additionally grants the wearer a +2 bonus on saving throws against compulsion and disease effects. Who doesn't have a cloak and typically ends up near... He does have a cloak, but it's a resistance 1. And it's against all saving. It applies to all saving throws. I'm curious. It doesn't say how the +2 helps. Well, I guess it affects the enchantment on it anyway. So we've got that, which can go to Nenio, I suppose. She'll probably be closer to the front line, so yeah. Okay, so here we have the headband of vast intelligence. I already know that this should probably go on Nenio, right? As you can obviously see, it grants the wearer an enhancement to intelligence. Lan needs wisdom, which is why he's now wearing a headband of inspired wisdom. I don't remember when or where I got that from, so I'm not even going to bother trying to pretend that I can figure it out. I gave Nenio this because it increases the difficulty class that enemies have to roll for spells against spells from the evocation school. I don't really know what those spells are, not offhand, but I mean I could check, but it just doesn't seem to be worth it, you know. So we quick save before we touch this because it requires willpower, and whoever has the highest, probably Sila, will no. Morrow has the highest willpower? Oh, right. I also did figure out how to check my corruption. It was actually pretty simple. Anyway, back to this business. Oh. Uh-oh. He's drifting away from chaotic neutral. Ugh, he's almost close to being chaotic good. But there are scrolls to fix that. I don't remember who... whatever. Okay, so... apparently Morrow is the one with the highest will? It's weird.
I do not believe this is possible.
Huh. Okay. So, he failed that check, but I have F8 to fix that with, hopefully, unless he fails again, and again, and again. So I'm going to see, I don't know how many times it's going to take to be able to see it, but I'm going to explain what we're going to do first of all. First, I'm going to stop the episode's timer so that this doesn't actually count against us. And I'm going to load the game and try to succeed at the will check in order to see what it reveals. Then we're going to come back and load this save from where we failed, because I try not to play like that. Well, at least for this. And under any other circumstance, I'd have just reloaded it and done it over and over again until I succeeded. But we're going to just do that so we can know what it has to say if we succeed, and then we'll come right back here. Also, Morrow is sickened, but that's because he checked that thing, so never mind.
The deed is done.
Okay, so what I did was I used, what's his name? Jayran's ability to, well, specifically, I used the spell Prayer, which gave Morrow a bonus on his skill checks. And here, he needed to roll against will, and apparently Morrow is the only one. Well, Sela's the next highest at 9, but Morrow does in fact have the highest willpower at 10, which is a lot lower than I was expecting. Like a lot lower. But that's one of those things you can increase through feats, and I see no point in that. Anyway, as you can see here, we were able to successfully complete the check, or yeah, we beat the difficulty class, and what it said was, the scattered remains are sickening to look upon. The ghouls nearly ate their fill, clearly ate their fill. Fortunately, they were not interested in the jewelry left on the bodies. And from that, we got a Ring of Protection 2, which does, like, what you would expect. Grants its wearer a +2 deflection bonus to armor class. Unfortunately, that's pretty much it, and, well, I am not really going to miss that. Alright, let's get a move on. It doesn't look like the cave goes any deeper.
Godspeed.
Why is... Because he's still in stealth. Of course he is.
The world's not ending just yet.
The bodies of the ghouls fell again.
Let us press on.
Whoa. Okay. Now I want to say that it only has 35 health, but it's also level 10. Which means it could jam us up pretty freaking badly. Okay, so we could have Lan clear this up if the shot lands. Lan? Do it.
No time for debates.
Whiffed it, huh? Shame on you. What can this guy do to us? Well, it could plague us with some sort of disease.
The inheritor.
There are two of them.
My blade.
Unexpected consequences. He's out. And since Morrow is sickened, Alright, I could have used thunder, huh? Ah, well.
No glory without risk.
Let's go with acid. Putting them down. Actually, melting it down. Gross. And a chest.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Could have been better. Not even worth carrying. Classy.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Okay, so F does that.
This is my kind of work.
What now? I remember seeing this symbol on the pillar in the cave we just left. I don't recall seeing it anywhere else in there, though. Huh. Now I have to go back and see. It's back this way, and this way here. Hey.
Something wrong?
A bright future awaits us. Lead on!
Not even worth carrying. They run faster if you don't click on the door icon. You just wait for them to get close enough, then do it. If you click the door icon, they just slow down and, well... Okay, I guess I'm not supposed to solve that thing right now. So the outer ring first. Can't tell anything from any of the other details there, so I have to assume that's all there is to see. There wasn't anything else of note in here, so that'll have to be it. So the ring, the outer ring is first. we just mosey on all the way across?
Skip the pleasantries.
And I thought he was sickened, but it turns out he's actually frightened. Oh, great. I don't think we have enough spells to actually keep going.
Ready.
I also haven't been timing the video up until now, so freebie, I guess? Huh. Depending on what's ahead of us,
I'm here.
we don't need to rest right now. But that's also all based on whether or not we end up fighting something tough. Ghoul corpses. It's as if they simply lay down and died of their own accord.
We march ahead.
Oh, look. It's one of these guys. So, we can plainly see on this wall here that well, I don't really know if it's left or right. I guess left and right for the puzzle would be based on the position of the lion head at the center of it. So that would be to the left and the bottom side of the puzzle, relative to the lion's head. Assuming I haven't missed any on the way here. That'd be embarrassing. Oh, you know how I love my loot. I am the impetus to act. I am a reason for torture and cause for insomnia. Tear my mask off and let it fall at my feet. Do you actually have loot, or is that just... Okay. Make sure we talk to all of the weirdos, because, well, why not? I am the answer, but what is the question? An elf woman in frayed robe turns her head to you and stares at you through the slits of her simple white mask. Then she holds out her hand and touches the ancient statue. The absence of an answer is an answer too. Hey, wait, where are you going? Spontaneous dematerialization is unscientific. Nenio touches the statue and suddenly freezes. Following her example, you put your hand on the statue and the world around you ceases to exist. You are a lone grain of sand floating in the emptiness of the unknown. Your path has no beginning and no end. You are tiny and insignificant in comparison with the cosmos that surrounds you. But then something changes. The emptiness takes notice of you. It stares at you, measures, and assesses you. Then a question comes, as simple and as deep as the emptiness itself. Who are you? I am Morrow. The name you uttered that seems so powerful and proud rings through the emptiness. Then the silence comes, bleak and depressive. The emptiness still awaits your answer. I am... Do you want to say your name? But what is it? Just a set of sounds you use to associate with yourself. You are Morrow? Who decided this is who you are? Your parents? Yourself? Someone else? The name is just a label you take voluntarily. What happens if you tear this label off? What hides behind the name Morrow? Behold the truth. Open yourself to knowledge. Reveal yourself.
I am Nenio. Nenio. You hear me? You voice from nowhere or whatever you are?
Where Nenio used to be, now you see an unfamiliar kitsune curled up tight on the ground.
What's going on here? Nenio, is that you?
Sela instinctively lays her hand on her weapon.
Well, I'll be a fox.
Are you aware that you're a kitsune?
It appears your observation is correct. I am a kitsune. If my hypothesis is correct, and the probability of that is close to 100%, I have always been a kitsune, but at some point I decided to forget that piece of knowledge. Following this line of reasoning, it would seem the fact of my membership of a certain race just doesn't seem relevant to me.
Well, that sounds like a Nenio thing to do.
Also, there is a more important question. Why did my true identity reveal itself in this precise moment?
She casts a pensive look at the ancient statue towering over you. Had nothing bothered you at all. You never wanted to shift your shape. You never felt uncomfortable without a tail you can comfortably wrap around you as you go to sleep in the evening. How could you ever forget that you're one of us?
This question is irrelevant in the current situation. If you wish, you can ask me about it later. If you believe that I've been keeping my true identity a secret on purpose,
Not in the
mistaken.
slightest.
I have no interest in your causes, your battles, or your secrets, if you have any. All I need from you is your assistance with my experiments. And with this.
Nenio sweeps her hand in a wide circle, gesturing at the statues around you.
I have no words. Can I just stand here silently and look like I'm thinking something smart?
Best move I've heard all day. But what was that? I found myself in emptiness, and a voice asked me questions.
I suppose it was a trap that yanked our minds out of our plane and temporarily transferred us to another one. I wish I knew which plane. By the way, did you know that the most efficient way to disarm a corridor's worth of magical traps is with the help of a scientist who has been told that the formula for an elixir of the ancient races lies hidden at the end of said booby-trapped corridor?
And my last doubt is dispelled. It truly is her.
So whose voice do you think that was?
I haven't the slightest idea. But it is most definitely an extremely wise entity. Besides, the entity displayed no aggressive tendencies, which gives us hope that it can be reasoned with.
There is that at the very least. So what do you think?
The voice in the emptiness asked me, and judging by your reaction, you too, who I am. And merely stating my name failed to satisfy it. The trap then forced me to assume my true form, which I had completely forgotten about. I suppose this trap wasn't a trap per se. It rather was a closed portal leading to some hidden place that can easily unveil secrets and reveal the truth. The one who spoke to us seemed to solve me like a riddle, in an instant, just by looking at me. I would like to meet this entity. Can you imagine which secrets it can unravel? I want to speak to it, and you, my follower, must help me. But how can you get there? If there is a door, there must be a way to open it. If there's a lock, there must be a key to it. There is an inscription here, right on the statue. I am the void and the emptiness. I am the starting point. I am infinite. Tear my mask off and let it fall at my feet. I don't understand this at all. How thrilling!
Well, at the very least, it sounds like a riddle.
It does. It really does. I love riddles and puzzles.
So, maybe we should ask one of these, geysers.
I don't think they can help us. Looks like all they can do is mumble their mantra about questions and answers.
Well, do you have any ideas how we could solve it?
Each of them is inscribed with a riddle, and each demands that something be placed at its feet. I guess we need some items that represent the answers to these riddles, but don't ask me where we should look for them.
Why are you so sure that the unknown entity behind the mysterious portal would even want to talk to us?
I'm not sure at all, but we must try. We simply must. Getting there and talking with this entity will be the greatest of my experiments. No exaggeration.
It could be dangerous.
The world wound is dangerous. Walking under a hanging icicle is dangerous. Even choking on a chunk of badly chewed food can lead to a fatal outcome after all. Living is dangerous. But what is danger compared to knowledge?
Well, at the very least, it looks like there's nothing more we can do here.
With deepest regret, I have to admit that you are right. It's highly unlikely that we'll be able to solve this riddle right here and now. We'll have to temporarily withdraw so we can return when we're armed and ready.
It is doubtful that the answers can be found anywhere near the nameless ruins. The sand looks utterly unremarkable apart from its inexplicable presence here among the ruins and woodland. Well, I don't have a mask.
I will guide us.
The ruins are so ancient that it is impossible to tell which civilization was responsible for their construction.
Godspeed.
Yeah, I've got no
Let
idea.
us press on.
I would like to solve this thing, but I don't think we actually have enough information. Unless... since there doesn't appear to be anywhere we can go any further. What if we did... this? Okay, what if we turn them all off? Okay, this will go one of two ways. I didn't expect that the lion's
Help where I
head
can.
would be at an angle, so that's a little awkward, but not impossible to deal with. First, okay, that's not it. is. It should be on this wall here. I just don't see anything else about the markings anywhere. Wait, there we go.
We march ahead.
There's nothing on that one. Okay, so since the cave is first, that means the outer ring is activated first.
No
Okay.
reason to.
We don't need to worry about fighting, so we can move Seela here. Never turn those off. The rest of them I'll have move around looking for the rest of these.
I will guide us. Our time has come. Godspeed. Let us press on.
Okay, I think I get it.
War.
Okay, so the first ring, then the second one, oh come on. A helmet? Well, don't mind if I do. A phylactery of positive channeling. If the wearer of this headband has the ability to channel positive energy, it increases the amount of damage this ability does to undead creatures or heals to living creatures by 2 to 12. Ooh. It's actually... oh yeah. Come on, look stupid. Dang it. I was hoping it was going to look a little goofy, but it's kind of cool. What a shame. Anyway, I'm going to get these people out of here, but first, I'm going to get you guys out of here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. This episode had a little bit of everything. Oohs and ahs, tension, violence, and, most importantly, XP. We're not too far off of leveling, he says, despite the fact that it's still going to require 7,000 more XP before we hit the promised land. Nevertheless, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm fully willing and committed to the cause. Because I love doing the leveling. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow with another episode, so hopefully you guys will be there. Who knows what other kind of trouble we're going to get into. Shh, shh, shh. It's okay, it's okay. And so with all that said, we will see you next time.